If God can look at your past and offer you complete grace, then why are you holding yourself hostage? This is your sign that maybe you're holding on to guilt, resentment, hate, animosity, whatever it is, towards somebody that needs to be released. And I know that a lot of people don't agree that you need to forgive everybody and you need to love everyone. And to a certain degree, I agree with that. I feel like people that do you wrong, you don't have to accept that behavior. You do not need to condone that behavior. And you can certainly create boundaries with them. But forgiving that person is really a selfish act. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the other person and because you're a great person. You're doing it because that energy is trapped in your body. And soon enough, that will cause you some amount of stress, anxiety, and you're not going to notice it. You're going to probably put it onto, oh, this is, my work is really stressful, or my relationship, or whatever it is. But this underlying current that this person that you need to forgive, or the situation that you need to let go of, maybe you're going through a divorce, or you have been divorced and you're still holding resentment and bitterness for the person. Maybe that person has moved on and you're like, why are they so happy when they did me wrong? And I'm sitting over here. We get in our heads so often, and I do this myself. So I'm not, I'm saying this because I'm also on this journey with you all, which is why I can see this pattern so clearly. And I'm grateful that I've come to a place in my life where I can be honest with myself and see my patterns and be in a space where I can see the mistakes I'm making or see where I need to work on myself, but at the same time have compassion for myself and know that, wow, I have come a long way. Noticing, the person that I was, what I liked, the boundaries that I had, the respect that I gave to myself is so different from 5 years ago to now. And so not just for me, but everybody, we all need to look back at our old version of ourselves and know that you did the best you could with that information that you had at that very time. Now, as as 5 years, 10 years have passed, you have grown, you have evolved. For most of us, this is what's happening. Some people, maybe not so much. Maybe they are still repeating the same old patterns, and that is on them. That is their journey to figure out. And God knows how many lifetimes you've had on this planet Earth. And maybe you have taken a couple lifetimes to learn a certain lesson. And maybe this person still needs a couple other lifetimes to learn their lesson. So it's really about not judging people. And I know it's very difficult. I get it. Those thoughts that come in your head, it's so quick. You're not even realizing you're judging somebody, but you are. Let's say, for example, your ex moves on. Right? They find somebody else, and in your head, you're thinking, oh my God, this person has not learned their lesson. They are going to repeat it all over again. They're going to ruin this person's life and X, Y, and Z. Right? Hi guys, this is Nazneen. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I share videos just like this every week. So if you want more, subscribe so you do not miss out on any more valuable information. Also, if you are tired of choosing people in situations that are costing you your self-respect, I do offer one-on-one private clarity sessions for men and women who are ready to stop making excuses for people who do not deserve them and finally choose differently. So if that sounds like you, apply for a private clarity session. The link is down below. Now let's get back into the video. And the way to reframe this is to also understand, and this is, it's taken me a long time to realize, is that all of us have soul contracts with each person that comes into our lives, whether it's for 3 months, whether it's for 10 years, it doesn't matter. They are meant to teach you something about yourself. And so if I'm going to sit here and say, how dare they and how XYZ, that's fine. That's not, you're allowed to have those emotions. I'm not saying you're not. But also what I want you to think about is that how is that person, your ex that did you wrong, how are they meant to learn their lesson if they don't repeat it with somebody else? And that woman or that man is, maybe they get married again and they get divorced. And then that person needs to get that realization. How are they going to learn their lesson if they don't find somebody else? And this was a big game changer for me, because I also came from that, mentality where it's like, how dare you? And how, all this, it's all to do with your ego and about yourself than the other person. What I find remarkable is the fact that as human beings, we struggle with forgiveness, right? And obviously the most important person to forgive, or to start with at least, is yourself. And a lot of us struggle to forgive ourselves for mistakes we've made 10 years back. And it's like, you did not know what you needed to know then. And if you didn't make those mistakes, you wouldn't be the person you are today. So it's really about having compassion for that person, that version of you that was lost, that was confused, that was operating out of fear, and they just did not want to get abandoned. And so they acted in ways that was jeopardizing themselves. But today I really want you to think about the fact that we get this insane amount of grace, and the amount of mistakes that I've made. And of course, I haven't done anything crazy like kill somebody or, any of those horrible acts, but I have made a lot of mistakes, things that I'm ashamed to say out loud. And the fact that I've made those mistakes, and I know in my heart it's forgiven, because I've moved on. I have gained so much love by making so many horrible mistakes. And it just goes to show you that there's unconditional love for all of us. And regardless of what mistakes we make, God keeps on giving us grace over and over and over again. And I just want us to give ourselves the same amount of grace and forgiveness, and let go of all of these things that are holding you back. Don't let somebody's painful acts cause you a lifetime of suffering. Instead, use that pain to learn what the lesson was. Okay, I did this, XYZ. Maybe I should try this next time. That is it. And let that person go, because that person needs to learn their own lessons. And lastly, what I want to mention is that we are all God's creations, right? We're all his little children running around, 8 billion of us, and probably more. We are galactic. That's a whole other conversation that I'm not going to get into. At the end of the day, that person has chosen to reincarnate, the difficult person in your life right now, to teach you about who you really are. And if they weren't there, oh my God, I have to say this, sorry, before I go. And this was something that I was walking yesterday, and I thought about it, and I was like, that's freaking good. I have learned how to love because I have witnessed so much hate when I was a child. In my surroundings, I witnessed so much hate, so much anger, so much animosity, and all those emotions like you do not need to see when you're a child. And I saw that, and obviously there's some people that will turn into that, but I chose the opposite way, which is I want peace, I want love, I want forgiveness. How do I get that? Because I know that is the way out of this chaos. It's like you're in the tornado and you're looking for the light. You're like, how do I leave this? The only way is peace, forgiveness, and grace, giving yourself and other people grace. And boundaries, definitely that comes in. Being controlled in one of my relationships made me understand how valuable freedom truly is and what freedom truly looks like. And So what I'm trying to say is that every experience that you go through hate, you go through bullying in school, whatever it is trying to get you to a certain point. It's all trying to lead you back to God. It's all trying to lead you back to love. If you really, really are paying attention to your life, you're going to notice this. Every time you choose hate, you choose anger, you choose, fighting with somebody and, creating more chaos instead of having a argument that is respectful, you're going to notice that whatever negative energy you put out, it comes right back to you. And I've noticed this, and I still struggle with this, I'm not going to lie. That's it for this video. I hope that you take this sign and you really, really let go of whatever animosity, anger you have towards a person or situation. You let it go and you free yourself. You remove those shackles and set yourself free. It is time.